Okay.
How
Oh, I
you
know how you're
doing?
doing. I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm
There's
doing
all
good.
my grandkids.
Oh, I just lost you.
You lost me?
Oh,
No,
now I
I'm
see you.
I'm showing you my grandchildren.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How many?
I have 13 grandchildren and
13
10
grandchildren
and 10 great grandchildren.
and 10 great grandchildren. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
Annie.
I'm busy.
That's amazing. What do they call you?
Well, when they were little, they used to call me Florida grandma because they had a North grandmother and they had a Florida grandmother. But now they just call me Gram.
Okay, Graham. I don't
Yeah,
have a Graham, so on my board back here, I'm gonna put Graham. I ran,
Gram.
I ran out of letters, but I'm gonna add Graham.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm glad. Welcome to What My Grandkids Call Me. This
Well,
is the
okay.
beginning of our show. So I'm gonna be asking lots of grandmas how they got their grandma name. So we
Okay.
already know you said that Florida
Florida grandma when they were little, but now I'm just Gram.
is Graham. So tell me about when you became a grandma the first time and the feeling that you had when your
Ah,
daughter said, "Mom, I'm gonna have a baby."
I was so thrilled. I was just so thrilled. And also at the same time, how can my little baby have a baby? But they've done such a great job. And that's what's great about being so old because I've seen them progress and be successful and then have their children. It's amazing.
It is.
God has let me live this long to see all this.
Absolutely. And can you remember the first baby and the first time you held her? Was it a boy or a
Oh,
girl?
it was a boy. Oh yes, and when I looked down at it was such a miracle. And I'm looking at this little grandson of mine, and his name was Sean. And I said, "Oh, if anybody doesn't believe in God, when they see these feet and the mouth is just so perfect, everything's so perfect." And I was just amazed. I was, and it brought me back to when I had my children and when I first saw them and all their toes and their fingers. And my first were twins. So that
Oh,
was
really?
really a miracle.
You
Yes.
had 10 toes on one, 10 toes on the other. You had 20 fingers,
Oh, I
20
I
fingers
made
and
sure
toes.
everything was perfect.
Oh, that's wonderful.
And it was the same feeling when I saw my grandchildren, my Sean for the first time. It was just a miracle.
It is. It is. And then your grandchildren had children.
Yes, yes. I'll tell you the story, Joy. When the kids reached 13, I sent them a book by Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I put it in the book, I signed the book, and I say, if you follow this program, you will have success and happiness for the rest of your life. And it's so true.
Interesting. What's the name of
Yes,
the book again?
it's by Dale Carnegie.
Dale
It's How to Win
Carnegie.
Friends and Influence People.
How to Win Friends and
And
Influence
influence
People.
people.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll have to check that out.
My kids got a kick out of that. But it's true. It's true. And you know, I've had such a good relationship with all of them. They could, in fact, I just got a note from my 26-year-old granddaughter. She's going to medical school, and she says, "Thank you for everything you've done for me this year. Helped me out of the craziness." And I mean, it was just so nice to get that card from her to express
Oh,
her thanks. But I
yes.
always talk to the kids. They call up, they got a problem. Oh, this happened, that happened. And I'm so glad that I'm here to be
I'm
able to
glad.
talk to them and get them through it because
Yes.
it's been a very tough year.
Yes,
And
it has.
my great granddaughter says, what's the first thing you're gonna do when you're out of COVID? She says, the first thing I'm gonna do is hug my grandma and
Oh, I
grandpa.
love it. Oh my
Oh,
goodness, the first
yes,
thing she's
that's
gonna
the
do
first thing
when
I'm
she's
gonna
out of
do.
COVID is
Oh,
hug her grandma and grandpa. That is beautiful.
so precious, so precious.
So tell me, Anne, if you had one sentence to say about how you feel having grandkids and great grandkids, what would that one sentence be about how you feel?
I feel powerful. I grew up with a dysfunctional family, but my family is not dysfunctional. I grew up with alcoholic parents, and I swore that I would do everything for my kids to make it a normal life, and I have accomplished it. I
Good.
look at each and every one of them, and I'm so proud of
Oh,
how they conduct their life. And I always, my daughters tell me, well, I had divorced my first husband, and I married Ray, my love. And they said, we saw how you and Ray loved each other, and that was such an influencer for them, because I knew that I was married to an alcoholic in the beginning, and I had gone to Al-Anon, and that helped me to start a new life.
okay.
And that set the pattern for them to see
Okay.
how two people love each other
Yeah. And how to behave.
and how to behave with each
Oh my
other and
goodness.
how to be kind. That's the main thing in life. If you're just kind to each other and just accept that you're not perfect, they're not perfect,
Correct.
and that makes everything livable.
That's beautiful. That's
Mhm.
beautiful. Well, Anne, I am going to now. What did you say your grandma name is? What was
It
your
went, there were I was Florida grandma, but now it's
Florida
grand.
grandma? Let me write that down. Florida grandma, and then and then Graham is what it is now,
Grandma,
right?
right?
Okay, because I ran out of letters. I got to go back to the dollar store.
Okay,
But I
you're
will
doing
have
a good job.
your name up there with the other grandmas that we have. And I want to thank you very much for coming on and telling us your wonderful grandma stories. And we look forward to seeing you maybe another time.
Great. Well, thank you, Joy. You're doing a great job for all us grandmothers.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a
Have
happy
it.
holiday.
Yes, you enjoy it. Love
Okay.
you.
Bye. Love you too.